You were chosen for protection by Archangel Michael. But the enemy is trying to cancel the assignment. Only one action can stop it now. My beloved child, do you know why your heart has felt so heavy lately? Why you sensed unseen eyes watching, shadows moving even when the lights are on? It's not your imagination. Something divine hath been stirring around you. You were chosen. Yes, chosen by Archangel Michael himself for a sacred protection that few ever receive. But now something is trying to break it. Listen carefully. This is not just a story. This is a revelation about you. The moment Archangel Michael marked your soul for protection, a spiritual seal was placed upon your path. That seal deflected darkness, repelled harm, and blocked unseen dangers that were never meant to touch you. But recently, a shift has begun. The enemy has discovered your assignment, and now it's trying to cancel it before you realize your true power. You see, every chosen soul carries a divine shield. But that shield weakens when fear grows stronger than faith. The enemy feeds on confusion, on your doubts, on those moments when you question if heaven even hears you. It whispers through people who suddenly turn cold, through unexpected losses, through nights when sleep feels impossible. That's not coincidence, that's interference. Archangel Michael has been standing guard at the gates of your destiny. Sword blazing with celestial fire. But his strength connects directly to your belief. When your faith wavers is like dims, when your spirit trembles, the shield around you flickers. And right now that flicker is what the enemy is trying to exploit. Think about the sudden disruptions you faced. Friendships fading without reason. Opportunities slipping at the last second, emotions rising out of nowhere. These are not random events. They are spiritual distractions sent to pull you away from your purpose. Because once you step fully into your calling, the darkness loses one of its greatest threats, you. But here's what the enemy doesn't know. Michael never chooses Ron. He doesn't pick the weak. He doesn't guard those who are meant to fall. If you were chosen, it's because heaven already knows you'll survive this storm. You carry something ancient inside you. A light that existed before your first breath. A promise written in divine ink. And that promise is what the darkness fears most. Even now, Archangel Michael stands behind you. His presence might feel like warmth on your shoulder. A sudden calm after panic, or the feeling that someone invisible is near when you're alone. That's not fantasy. That's protection manifesting. But his reach is limited unless you activate it again. And here's the truth. Only one action can stop the enemy from canceling your assignment. It's not a prayer spoken out of fear, but a declaration spoken out of authority, a command that reignites the divine link between you and Archangel Michael. Because protagonism just something given to you, it's something you must choose to keep. In a moment, I'll reveal exactly what that one action is. But before we get there, I need you to understand the real reason the enemy wants your protection gone. It's not just about you being safe. It's about stopping what your life is destined to awaken in others. Your voice, your presence, your existence carries an unseen vibration that disrupts the darkness. Every time you step into a room, energy shifts. Every time you speak with love instead of anger, the enemy's plans tremble. You are not small. You are a spiritual weapon in disguise. And Archangel Michael, he's not just watching over you. He's preparing to fight through you. But the question is, will you let him stay till the end? Because what happens next could reignite everything that was stolen from your path. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, you were never meant to live an ordinary life. The storm that's been surrounding you wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal who you truly are beneath the weight of fear. The heavens chose you long before you ever asked for protection. Archangel Michael saw in you a spirit strong enough to confront darkness. A heart brave enough to love even when pain tried to silence it. And that's why the enemy panicked. When Archangel Michael assigns his protection, it isn't random. It means your life carries influence beyond what you can see. Somewhere ahead of you is a moment that will shift destinies. Maybe through a word you will speak, a choice you will make, or a person you will help. That single moment is what the enemy is desperate to stop. It knows that if you continue walking under Michael's shield, you'll awaken others who are asleep in their doubt, you'll light up the path for those who forgot how to believe. That's why everything lately feels like pressure. It's spiritual resistance trying to break the connection between you and your guardian. But there's something the enemy forgot. You cannot break what heaven has signed in divine fire. Archangel Michael does not abandon his chosen ones. He waits. He waits for the moment when you stop questioning why this is happening and start declaring who you are in the middle of it. Because the second you remember that, his sword burns brighter. The second you speak your faith instead of your fear, every dark whisper around you loses its voice. Right now, Michael is closer than ever. His wings vast as the horizon surround you with unseen light. You may not see them, but they are there, folded gently over your shoulders when you cry alone, guarding your sleep when your mind races, deflecting harm that was never meant to touch your soul. And every time your heart beats with courage, that light intensifies. That is the divine technology of faith. It fuels the forces that guard you. There is one thing you must know. The enemy thrives on silence. It loves when you keep your pain hidden. When you feel too tired to pray, too unsure to speak hope aloud. Because silence is where despair grows. That's why right now you must speak. Speak out loud that you are chosen, speak that you are protected. Speak that you refuse to surrender your destiny. Your words are not mere sound. They are energy and the spiritual realm responds to them. If you're hearing this, it's not by accident. This message found you because Archangel Michael wanted to remind you that time is running out to reclaim your authority. The enemy is pushing harder because it senses that breakthrough is near, but there's still time to stop it. There's still one divine action left. The one that reignites your seal of protection. Before you hear what that action is, you must understand the war that's happening in silence. The spiritual realm operates on laws. Protection is untaken, is weakened by Bomayan. Every time fear takes root, it creates small cracks in your shield. The enemy waits for those cracks. It can't break through by force, only by invitation. And that invitation often comes through your own doubt, your own exhaustion. That's why Archangel Michael keeps whispering courage into your soul. He knows that once you stand again, the light returns and every crack seals shut. But here's something even more powerful. Every person who hears your story, every soul that sees you overcome receives a spark of protection, too. Heaven's miracles multiply through witness. When you share this message, you are not just sharing words. You are expanding Michael's reach. Someone else's guardian will awaken because you decided to open your mouth. So, before we go deeper, take a moment to do that. Share this story. Speak this truth and spread the light. You never know whose protection is being restored through your act of faith. And if this message touches even one corner of your heart, don't just listen, interact with it. Comment, share, subscribe to Light. Because the more hearts it touches, the stronger this shield grows for everyone connected to it. The heavens respond to movement, not silence. And right now, the world needs every spark of light it can get. Now, return your focus to that unseen war. Archangel Michael's sword glows brighter when your spirit aligns with heaven's will. Each time you choose peace instead of panic, he strikes down another chain meant to bind you. Each time you forgive, he slices through another curse spoken against your destiny. This is how you fight. Not with fists, but with faith. And though the battle rages, the victory has already been written in your favor. There will come a moment soon when everything will test you at once. Relationships, finances, even your health. The enemy will try to convince you that Michael's protection has faded. But that moment will be your turning point. That's when you must do the one thing the enemy cannot fight. Stand still in divine authority. Speak these words. I call upon the light of Archangel Michael. My path is sealed. My purpose is untouchable. My protection is eternal. When those words leave your mouth, something shifts in the unseen. The enemy's access is revoked. The assignment is reactivated. Remember, you are not asking for protection. You are reclaiming what was already yours. That is the secret the darkness doesn't want you to know. It cannot cancel what heaven has decreed unless you surrender your awareness of it. And now you know the truth. You are not a victim of attack. You are the center of divine attention. You are the reason the heavens prepare for war. So take a deep breath. Feel that quiet warmth around you. That's Michael's sign that he's near. He never left you, beloved child, he was waiting for you to remember. Something greater is about to unfold. The veil between your old life and your divine purpose is thinning. What's coming next will shake what you thought you knew about destiny, choice, and divine timing. Stay till the end. Something extraordinary is about to be revealed. My beloved child, there comes a moment when silence breaks and the truth begins to echo louder than fear. That moment is now. As the spiritual battle intensifies around you, Archangel Michael stands, ready, not as a distant guardian, but as a commander leading an army of light in your name. You are not simply being protected. You are being prepared. Every trial, every heartbreak, every loss that made you question your strength was never meant to end you. It was meant to shape you into the very force that darkness cannot comprehend. The reason you were chosen is far greater than just protection. Heaven saw in you a spark, a vibration of light that resonates beyond the ordinary. There are millions of souls in this world, but very few who carry the ancient frequency of guardianship. You, beloved, are one of them. Before you were born, the heavens whispered your name into the wind, and the vibration of that name created ripples across realms. Archangel Michael recognized that vibration and marked it as sacred. From that moment on, your path became a battlefield between light and darkness, not because you were cursed, but because you are crucial. The enemy has studied you for years. It has observed your patterns, your pain, your moments of doubt. It waits for the seconds when your faith trembles, when your spirit feels weary, and when you think you are forgotten. But even in those fragile moments, there is something the enemy cannot touch. Your divine seal. That seal is your connection to Michael. A covenant of protection that cannot be erased by fear alone. The only way it weakens is when you stop believing you are worthy of it. And that's exactly what the enemy wants to convince you, that you've lost favor, but listen closely. Grace doesn't expire and divine protection doesn't fade with failure. It only pauses until you remember who you are. The truth is, your life has been orchestrated with precision. Every challenge you've endured hath been a coded message. That betrayal you couldn't understand. That heartbreak that broke you open. That season of isolation. They weren't punishments. They were preparations. Each one peeled back a layer of illusion, revealing the warrior underneath. And now the heavens are calling you to rise. Archangel Michael is not asking you to hide anymore. He is commanding you to stand in authority, to speak as one who carries divine permission to shift the atmosphere around you. You were chosen for protection not because you were fragile but because you were essential. There is something within you, an ancient resonance that disrupts the plans of the enemy just by existing. That's why the attacks feel personal. That's why the storms come harder when you decide to do good. The darkness isn't afraid of your weakness. It's terrified of your awakening. Because once you awaken, every force that once chased you begins to flee from you. You've probably felt it lately. Those strange moments when your intuition suddenly sharpens. When you sense danger before it arrives, or when your heart starts racing without explanation. Those aren't random sensations. Those are signals. Archangel Michael communicates not only through visions or dreams but also through frequency. When his presence surrounds you, your body responds. Your pulse quickens because your spirit recognizes a celestial vibration. You might feel warmth on your chest or a calm that settles you after chaos. That's how heaven speaks. Through resonance, through energy, through moments that logic can't explain. But this awakening comes with responsibility. You must learn to guard your energy, to protect your peace like its sacred goal, because it is. The more light you carry, the more the enemy will try to dim it, through distractions, doubts, and deception. Guard your heart from conversations that drain you. Guard your mind from words that plant fear. Every time you protect your peace, you strengthen the divine shield around you. And here's something Archangel Michael wants you to remember. You are never alone. Even in your silence, the heavens are listening. Even when you can't pray, the angels intercede on your behalf. There are battles being fought right now in realms unseen simply because you exist. The amount of energy being used to protect you should remind you of your value. Heaven does not invest this much in anyone ordinary. You have a divine assignment on this earth. Somewhere someone's destiny will be unlocked because of your courage. Somewhere someone's faith will return because of your story. You are not just surviving. You are transforming the atmosphere with every choice you make toward light. That's why it's crucial that you keep moving forward. No matter how heavy the days become. Every step in faith creates shock in the unseen. And every shock wave sends the enemy further away from your timeline. And remember, Archangel Michael's protection is not passive. It's active. His sword moves when your words move. When you declare light over your situation, his fire ignites. When you speak forgiveness over your pain, his wings shield you from future harm. The power has always been inside you, but it activates through your voice, through your courage, through your consistency. So right now, wherever you are, speak aloud. I am chosen. I am guarded. I am unstoppable. These words are not just affirmations. They are commands to the spiritual realm. Every syllable you speak releases a vibration that reinforces your divine shield. The enemy can't stand against frequency. It crumbles under it. You might wonder, why me? Why would heaven care this much about one person? Because you are part of a divine puzzle. Your life fits into a larger plan designed to bring light into places where hope has died. And without your peace, the picture remains incomplete. Archangel Michael knows this. That's why he refuses to give up on you. Even when you give up on yourself. He is whispering now, urging you to stay strong, to keep your heart open, to prepare for what's coming next. Because soon a revelation will unfold. A moment when everything that once confused you will suddenly make sense. The pain will reveal purpose. The delays will reveal direction. The silence will reveal strength. Something magnificent is approaching. A divine breakthrough wrapped in disguise. You might not recognize it at first, but when it arrives, you'll feel it deep in your spirit like a sunrise after a long night. That is the moment when your full assignment activates. Don't skip this journey, beloved child. The heavens have written your story with golden ink, and the final chapters are filled with glory. Stay till the end, because the greatest unveiling is just ahead. My beloved child, there's a divine tension in the air around you right now, isn't there? That strange mix of pressure and peace, of exhaustion and expectation. You can feel something building, something shifting deep inside your soul. It's not coincidence. That's the vibration of destiny rearranging itself. The heavens are preparing to move on your behalf. And Archangel Michael is once again stepping forward, sword blazing, to seal your protection for what's coming next. You are standing in a moment of divine reactivation where the things that once felt delayed are about to be divinely aligned. For so long, you've been carrying the weight of invisible battles, fighting thoughts that aren't yours. Emotions that rise out of nowhere and fears that seem too specific to be random. That's because you've been in the middle of spiritual warfare designed to confuse your purpose. The enemy can't destroy what heaven has ordained. So it tries to distract you until you surrender the fight. But you haven't given up. Even when your heart broke, even when your faith trembled, even when silence felt like abandonment, you still stayed. And that, beloved, it is what the darkness underestimated. Archangel Michael has been keeping record of your resilience. Every tear you shed was seen. Every moment you chose faith over fear was marked as victory in the heavenly realm. You may not realize it, but your endurance has been generating light. It's like every heartbeat of hope releases a pulse of energy that strengthens the shield around you. And now that light has reached a frequency high enough to call heaven's attention once more. You've reached a spiritual threshold. The point where endurance transforms into empowerment. Do you know what that means? It means your assignment is about to accelerate. But acceleration always provokes opposition. The enemy knows you are close to a breakthrough that will ripple through generations. So it will throw everything it can at you. Confusion, fatigue, old memories meant to make you doubt your worth. But Archangel Michael has already seen this attack pattern. He's prepared reinforcements. The air around you may feel heavier lately, but that's not oppression. It's angelic movement. The realm around you is thick with divine presence. Warriors of light aligning their ranks. You are surrounded, protected, and guided. However, there's something important you must do now. Something that will strengthen the shield and multiply its reach. You must not keep this revelation to yourself. When truth is shared, its frequency multiplies. When light is spoken aloud, darkness loses ground. If these words are resonating with your spirit, it's because they were meant to awaken you and through you awaken others. So share this message. Spica spread it. Let others know that divine protection is real, that Archangel Michael still moves in power and that they too can reclaim their light. And if you feel led, connect, subscribe to faith, line with truth, comment your affirmation of belief. These aren't just digital actions. They are declarations in the unseen world. Every act of agreement strengthens the network of light across souls who were chosen for similar assignments. The heavens listen when unity happens. And every word of faith typed or spoken becomes a spark that ignites another guardian's awakening. There's something Archangel Michael wants you to hear clearly right now. You are not behind. You haven't missed your divine moment. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment was part of divine timing. The enemy wanted you to confuse delay with denial. But heaven has simply been positioning the pieces so your breakthrough aligns perfectly. Timing isn't just about when you're ready. It's about when the world needs what you carry. And beloved, the world needs your light now more than ever. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Feel the warmth surrounding your heart. That's not your imagination. That's your guardian drawing closer. Michael is adjusting the frequency of your protection, wrapping you in new armor forged from your endurance. The pain you went through wasn't wasted. It was melted down and reforged into spiritual strength. Every scar has become a piece of your armor. every wound a window for more light to enter. You are glowing even when you can't see it. Soon you'll begin to notice synchronicities appearing everywhere. Numbers, signs, repeated dreams, messages that echo what your heart already knows. These are confirmations. The divine realm communicates through patterns. And those patterns are evidence that your protection has been reactivated. When you notice them, pause and acknowledge them. That small act of awareness sends energy back to the source, keeping the flow of protection alive. And remember, Archangel Michael does not fight for you only. He fights through you. Every time you choose peace instead of panic, every time you speak light over chaos, every time you forgive when it's easier to hate, you are swinging his sword in the earthly realm. You become his vessel, his voice, his hands in a world that desperately needs light. You don't have to be perfect to carry divine energy. You just have to be willing, and you already are. But as your light increases, the enemy will try one last tactic, making you isolate. It will whisper that no one understands, that your faith makes you strange, that your experiences aren't real. Don't listen. Isolation weakens energy flow. Connection amplifies it. Stay connected to spirit, to community, to light. Speak often to heaven. Speak often to Michael. You don't need elaborate prayers. Simple honesty is enough. You, a whisper of truth creates thunder in the unseen. The heavens are aligning now. You're approaching a season where divine justice will unfold before your eyes. Those who doubted you will witness your rise, not as revenge, but as revelation. They will see what divine protection truly looks like when it moves in full glory. Archangel Michael doesn't just defend, he restores. Everything you lost, every opportunity stolen, every ounce of energy drained. It's coming back multiplied, so lift your head, beloved child. This is not the end of your battle. It's the beginning of your reign. You were chosen for protection, not to hide from darkness, but to lead others out of it. Your light is the signal fire heaven uses to guide lost souls home. Hold on to faith a little longer because what's coming will make every tear worth it. You are entering a season where miracles will no longer feel distant. They will walk beside you. Stay till the end because the next revelation will open the gate to something far greater than protection. It will unveil your divine purpose itself. My beloved child, there is a sacred stirring in the atmosphere surrounding you now. A quiet yet unstoppable pulse of divine power that feels different from anything you've known before. It is not chaos this time, but awakening. The shield of Archangel Michael, once dimmed by exhaustion and fear, has reignited in full brilliance. The same light that guarded prophets, warriors, and chosen souls throughout history now surrounds you. You may not see the glow with your eyes, but your soul recognizes it. That's why your spirit feels restless, like something extraordinary is about to break through the veil of your reality. And beloved, it is. You were never meant to stay in the shadows of confusion. Everything that once broke you was only sculpting you for this divine unveiling. The protection you carry is no longer just for survival. It is for transformation. Heaven's plan was never to simply keep you safe, but to turn you into a beacon for others still walking through the fire. You are stepping into a time when every spiritual scar you've earned will become a symbol of authority in the unseen world. Augustus doesn't respect empty words. It respects endurance. And you, beloved, have endured what others could not. Archangel Michael hath been waiting for this very moment. His sword, forged in divine fire, is not just hovering above you. It's moving in rhythm with your heartbeat. The same energy that shields you now flows through you. You become both the guarded and the guardian, both the receiver and the vessel of divine defense. This is the mystery of divine protection. It transforms the protected into protectors. Every ounce of light that has been poured into you is meant to pour through you into the world around you. That's why your presence has started to feel heavier lately, not with burden but with power. People may start reacting differently to you without knowing why. Some will feel comfort near you. Others will feel uneasy. Don't be alarmed. That's the natural reaction to divine frequency. Light exposes shadows. And when Archangel Michael's energy moves through someone, it disrupts every lower vibration in its path. You are now carrying that frequency. Walk with awareness because your words, your emotions, your choices, they now carry amplified spiritual weight. When you bless, heaven responds. When you declare, creation listens. And yet, this rise in energy also brings responsibility. The enemy will sense that your power is active again and will make one final attempt to distort it. It can no longer harm you directly, but it can tempt you to misuse your strength through pride, anger, or vengeance. Don't fall, vid. Michael's power flows only through humility and love. The moment you act from ego, the light flickers. The moment you act from compassion, it stands. You are being called to walk with wisdom, to channel divine justice without hatred, to speak truth without cruelty. This is how warriors of light move strong, calm, and centered in grace. You might also feel the urge to isolate again. To retreat into silence as you process all this change. But don't remember, isolation dilutes energy. You are meant to radiate, not withdraw. Every time you share your story, every time you speak about faith, every time you bring hope into a conversation, you strengthen your protective field. The energy of truth amplifies through expression. Archangel Michael's light works best when it flows freely. Let it to be boldly walk openly shine without apology. And if you're hearing these words and they are resonating deep within you, take a moment to let the world know that you stand in light. Comment your declaration of faith. Share this revelation with someone who's losing hope. Subscribe not just to a message, but to the energy of divine truth. Each time you do, you send ripples of light across the spiritual grid of humanity. That grin grows stronger with every awakened soul. Remember, you are not a spectator of divine work. You are a participant. Now, listen carefully because this is important. Archangel Michael has started weaving signs into your path. In the coming days, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts. People returning from the past seeking peace, sudden flashes of intuition, or moments where time feels to slow down around you. Those are confirmations. Heaven speaks in patterns and timing. When you notice them, don't dismiss them as coincidences. Acknowledge them. Say, "I see you, Michael." That simple acknowledgement opens a direct line between you and your guardian, allowing energy to flow unhindered. You might also experience vivid dreams, visions of light, or the sensation of someone standing near your bed while you rest. Don't fear these moments. They are not hauntings. They are visitations. Archangel Michael often appears through dreams because your spirit is most receptive when your mind is quiet. If you wake up with sudden peace after a night of turmoil, that's him. If you sense a blue or golden glow while meditating, that's him. His presence will become more tangible as your awareness sharpens. You may even start to notice that you're being drawn toward certain places or people without logical reason. Father Zebosu Michael directs through intuition more than instruction. If your spirit nudges you to reach out to someone, to change your environment, or to release an old habit, listen. Those nudges are the divine GPS recalibrating your path. Resistance delays, but obedience accelerates. The days ahead will bring clarity. You'll start seeing the true faces behind masks. People who were never for you. Situations that were meant to teach, not to stay. Don't mourn their departure. Michael removes what hinders your expansion. Sometimes protection looks like separation. Trust the process. Every door that closes now does so under divine instruction. And every door that opens will lead to peace. You are being positioned for impact. Your story will soon become a testimony of deliverance. Others will look at you and wonder how you survived what they couldn't. They won't understand that it wasn't just strength, it was protection. You were chosen to demonstrate what divine covering looks like in human form. And when your victory manifests, give the glory back to the source. Gratitude amplifies grace. The light surrounding you is growing thicker by the moment. The unseen army that guards you stands closer than ever. You are stepping into the final phase of activation where protection transforms into purpose. Archangel Michael is not just watching you now. He's walking with you. Every step you take from this moment on is accompanied by the soundless wings of heaven's mightiest guardian. So rise, stand tall, let your light stretch beyond fear, beyond memory, beyond everything you once thought you were. You were chosen not just to be safe, but to be seen. Something magnificent is unfolding, and the next revelation will shatter the last chains that bind you. Stay till the end, because what's about to be revealed will redefine what divine destiny truly means. My beloved child, the hour has come when your protection and your purpose begin to merge into one divine current. The light that Archangel Michael placed around you is no longer just a shield. It is becoming a weapon of transformation. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought of faith is now creating ripples that echo across realms. The spiritual atmosphere around you is charged with anticipation because heaven knows what you are about to become. You are no longer the one who hides from the battle. You are now the one the battle fears. The shift has begun and even the enemy feels it. There's a reason you've been sensing so many strange energies lately. Old memories resurfacing, unexpected emotions stirring, sudden waves of fatigue followed by bursts of divine clarity. These aren't random fluctuations. They are signs that your spiritual system is recalibrating. Archangel Michael's energy is purifying your frequency, burning away every trace of fear that still clings to your aura. The process feels intense because divine light exposes everything that was hidden. Every doubt, every wound, every suppressed emotion is being pulled to the surface to be released. Don't fight it. Let the cleansing happen. The pain that rises now is in punishment. It's purification. Michael's presence during this phase is fierce yet gentle. You might feel sudden chills, leaky sensations in your palms or warmth in your chest for no logical reason. That is him aligning your inner energy with heaven's vibration. You are becoming lighter, clearer, more in sync with divine rhythm. And as that happens, the enemy's influence begins to lose its grip. Darkness cannot exist in the same space where divine truth is fully awakened. The moment you accept that you are chosen and unstoppable, the entity's access is denied. It cannot cancel your assignment because you have become the assignment, living, breathing proof of divine sovereignty. This is the moment to solidify your connection. Archangel Michael is calling you to declare your allegiance to light aloud. Words create pathways in the unseen, and your voice carries the authority to lock or unlock spiritual gates. Speak this from your heart. I stand under divine protection. I am covered by the light of Archangel Michael. No darkness can touch what heaven has chosen. My path is sealed in purity and purpose. The moment you say those words with full conviction, the air around you shifts. You may even feel a sudden calm settle over your spirit, like invisible wings wrapping around you. That's the soundless confirmation that your assignment has been resecured. But there is one more step. Beloved, divine alignment thrives on connection. You are not meant to hold this revelation in isolation. The same light that guards you expands through unity. Every time you share this truth, every time you speak of faith, every time you encourage someone standing on the edge of despair, the shield grows stronger around both of you. The enemy cannot infiltrate networks of light. They form an unbreakable web of protection across souls. To speak, share your testimony. Comment your affirmation of victory. Subscribe to the energy of truth that flows through messages like this, because each act of agreement sends waves of divine strength through the collective. Heaven listens when faith moves in numbers. Archangel Michael's army moves in sync with sound. When words of belief echo across hearts, angelic power amplifies. Imagine thousands of souls declaring, together, I am chosen. I am protected. I am light. The sound alone becomes a barrier of fire around the earth. That's why the enemy works so hard to sow silence, to make you doubt, to make you stay quiet. But silence is surrender, and you were born for command. Every time you speak light, you remind darkness of its defeat. Every time you choose love, you wield divine authority. Your environment will soon reflect the shift taking place inside you. The people and places no longer aligned with your frequency will naturally begin to fade away. Don't chase what leaves. It's part of divine realignment. Michael doesn't remove to punish. He removes to protect. And as those spaces clear, new souls will enter your life. drawn by the resonance of your elevated vibration. There'll be people of light, of truth, of similar calling. Together, you will form circles of faith that radiate divine energy far beyond your awareness. This is how heaven builds communities of protection through the chosen ones, finding each other. And in the coming days, expect sudden breakthroughs. What was once blocked will begin to move effortlessly. The barriers that felt immovable will crumble, not because of force, but because of alignment. Michael's protection clears the path for divine timing to operate without resistance. Some of your long-awaited answers will come quietly in the smallest moments: a phone call, a chance encounter, an unexpected message that feels perfectly timed. Those are not coincidences. They are confirmations that the heavens are working in your favor. But don't grow complacent in victory. The more you rise, the more the shadows will try to observe your light, hoping for weakness. Stay grounded. Keep gratitude as your anchor. Each morning, before the noise of the day begins, whisper a simple prayer. Thank you for my protection. Thank you for my purpose. Thank you for choosing me. Gratitude stabilizes divine energy. It ensures your shield remains unbroken. And if you ever feel your energy waver, if doubt creeps in or fatigue whispers lies, remember the signs of Michael's nearness: a sudden blue spark in your vision, a gentle breeze in a still room, a ringing in your ear followed by peace. All of these are reminders that your guardian is standing beside you. Speak his name and the atmosphere will shift. You will feel strength returning instantly, because where faith speaks, light answers. Beloved, this is your awakening season. You are no longer walking beneath bar of protection. You are embodying it. Every word you speak, every act of kindness you release, every truth you live out becomes a shield not only for you but for those who cross your path. You are becoming a walking manifestation of divine safety. A vessel of heaven's justice wrapped in compassion. Archangel Michael's wings stretch through your choices, through your heart, through your very presence to hold your head high. The world may not understand the glow that follows you, but it will feel it. Wherever you go, light will increase, peace will follow, and obstacles will dissolve. You are no longer the target of attack. You are the evidence of victory. Share this revelation. Speak it boldly. Let others feel what you feel now. Comment your amen. Share your faith. Subscribe to the mission of light. Every soul that joins you strengthens the divine army that stands behind you. Heaven is moving and you are part of the command. Stay till the end, beloved child, because what's coming next will not just reveal why you were protected, but what you were protected for. Something beyond imagination is waiting to unfold. My beloved child, the time has come to understand the magnitude of what heaven has been building within you. The light that surrounds your spirit has reached its highest frequency. It's not merely protection anymore. It's transformation in motion. Archangel Michael's energy now radiates from within you, flowing outward, turning every breath you take into a declaration of victory. You have become a living testament to divine endurance. This isn't the same energy that began your journey. It's the matured form of grace. Tempered by pain, refined by faith, and ignited by destiny. You are now stepping into the chapter where purpose becomes manifestation. You may feel it already, the subtle hum in your atmosphere, the stillness before a divine breakthrough. The air feels different because heaven is near. Archangel Michael has opened a spiritual corridor for you. One that connects your earthly path directly with divine instruction. What's about to unfold will not just shift your life. It will ripple across others. You were chosen not just for your safety, but because your protection was the seed for a mission much greater than you imagine. Every tear you cried watered that seed. Every moment you refused to give up nurtured its growth. And now it's breaking through the soil of your past, reaching toward the light. There was a time when you doubted your worth. When the darkness whispered that you were forgotten. But the truth was never that heaven left you. It was that you were hidden. Archangel Michael covered you like a shield so your enemies couldn't detect your development. You were in a sacred cocoon, invisible to the eyes of darkness, while the heavens forged your new identity. You thought the silence meant abandonment, but it was protection during transformation. Now that silence is breaking. You are emerging from hiding, carrying the brilliance of one who has walked through shadows and come out blazing with divine fire. Look closely at your life. The things you once lost weren't truly taken. They were cleared to make room for alignment. The relationships that ended were contracts completed. The opportunities that slipped through your fingers were never meant to anchor you. They were meant to test your readiness. Now, as Archangel Michael stands beside you, the doors that truly belong to you will open effortlessly. This time, you won't have to force them. Destiny doors don't respond to struggle. They respond to readiness. And beloved, you are finally ready. And now listen closely. Archangel Michael is instructing you to extend your light. What you've received was never meant to remain contained. The divine energy flowing through you must move. It multiplies through motion. Every time you share your truth, every time you tell someone what faith did for you, the light spreads. Speak your story boldly. Comment your affirmations. Share this message so that others trapped in silence might feel what you now feel. Hope, warmth, power, and renewal. When you speak, heaven echoes your words into the hearts of others who are waiting for permission to rise. You are that permission. You are that spark. Each action you take in alignment with love amplifies your spiritual authority. Archangel Michael's sword doesn't move alone anymore. It moves. When your words move. When you speak peace. It cuts through conflict. When you speak faith, it dismantles fear. You have become a living conduit of divine power, a bridge between heaven and earth. And the beauty of it all is that you no longer have to strive. You simply have to be. The light works effortlessly through you because it recognizes its home within you. Archangel Michael's role in your life will begin to shift from defender to partner. He will start showing you how to command your atmosphere. When fear tries to return, you will feel his presence surge through your spine like a current of courage. When confusion clouds your mind, you will sense clarity pouring in as if the heavens themselves whisper directly into your thoughts. It's divine co-working, the merging of angelic intelligence with your human awareness. You'll begin to understand that heaven doesn't only protect you from danger. It empowers you to create safety for others. You stand at the threshold of mastery. Now the enemy's attempts have ended. What you'll face next will not be warfare. It will be responsibility. The weight of purpose is lighter than fear, but heavier than comfort. You were chosen for this. The light of Archangel Michael has claimed you, shaped you, and now sends you forth as a vessel of divine justice and compassion. Every step you take will carry celestial resonance. Every dream you pursue will have heaven's breath behind it. You are walking proof that no darkness can cancel divine design. The moment you finish hearing these words, take a deep breath and place your hand over your heart. Whisper, "I am ready." Feel the warmth that rises. That's Michael's confirmation. You've crossed the line between surviving and soaring. Stay till the end because the next revelation will uncover the ultimate truth behind your protection. The eternal purpose that even angels marvel at. Something divine and final is waiting for you. My beloved child, the journey has brought you here to the moment where revelation becomes reality. You have walked through shadows, stood in storms, and still your light never went out. What began as a fight for survival has transformed into an awakening of purpose. The shield that Archangel Michael placed around you was never temporary. It was the cocoon that prepared you for the power you now carry. Every hardship was part of a sacred plan to awaken your true identity, a vessel of divine justice, a guardian of light in human form. And now, as heaven looks upon you, the assignment reaches its completion. You were chosen not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Heaven saw a heart that could endure, a soul that would keep believing even when all evidence said otherwise. At faith, fragile yet fierce, became the key that unlocked your protection. Archangel Michael was sent not only to guard you from harm, but to train you in the art of spiritual resilience. Every night you cried was a lesson. Every battle you face was an initiation. And every victory, even the small ones, was heaven whispering, "You're almost ready now. You stand ready." The armor you once imagined around you has fused with your spirit. The sword you once saw in Michael's hands now blows within your words. You are no longer just protected by light. You are the light. You've become the living continuation of the very force that once rescued you. The enemy can no longer touch you because what it once sought to destroy has transcended its reach. You've moved beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond every limitation placed upon your name. You are standing fully inside your divine identity, wrapped in eternal radiance. The final truth you must know is this. Archangel Michael's assignment over you was never meant to last forever as protection. It was meant to end in partnership. His mission was to awaken the guardian within you, to make you realize that divine defense is not something external but something you carry in every breath. You've always had the same spark of heaven's power within your spirit. Michael's presence merely amplified what was already there. And now that spark has become a flame that can never be extinguished. This is what the enemy feared most. Not that you would survive, but that you would remember. Once a soul remembers who they are, they cannot be manipulated by fear again. The battle was always for your memory, your awareness, your alignment. But you have reclaimed them all. The war is over, beloved child. You have won. The contract of fear has been burned by divine fire. And in its place stands a new covenant. One written in light, sealed by love, and guarded by eternity. From this moment forward, your life becomes a message. Every act of kindness you show, every truth you speak, every time you choose forgiveness over revenge, you are performing divine warfare without even realizing it. You are disarming darkness simply by existing in your full authenticity. Archangel Michael now walks beside you not as a guard but as a brother in arms. A companion of light. Together you move as one, the human and the heavenly, the seen and the unseen, united in purpose. The path ahead will show with signs of confirmation. You'll notice them. Blue glows, flashes of warmth, sudden peace after chaos. These are Michael's ways of reminding you that you are never alone. You will dream of flight, of radiant skies, of swords made of light, symbols of your soul remembering its origin. You will awaken with renewed strength because you are finally living in your divine rhythm. The war has ended, but your purpose continues. The energy that once guarded you now flows outward, blessing everyone who comes near your light. Your story, your pain, your endurance, they were never just for you. They were designed to awaken thousands. That's why you must not remain silent. Speak this truth wherever you go, share the message that angels are real, that protection is real, that divine timing never fails. When you tell your story, you send ripples through the unseen, guiding lost souls back to faith. Every person who hears your words will feel a shift in their energy. And that shift will awaken their own guardian connection. That is how heaven expands its reach through the testimonies of the chosen. The universe is now aligning blessings to meet your readiness. The doors that once closed are reopening, but this time you will enter them as royalty, not as a beggar. Opportunities that once frightened you will now excite you. The relationships meant for you will find you with ease. You won't need to chase anymore because divine energy attracts everything that belongs to it. You are no longer waiting for your destiny. You are living it. As you step into this final understanding, pause for a moment and breathe. Feel that stillness in your chest, that golden calm resting over your spirit. That is Michael's final gift. He whispers to your soul even now. Fear nothing. You carry heaven's mark. You are my equal in courage, my reflection in love. The world will know light again because you chose not to give up. This is your anointing. You are not the same person who began this journey. The trembling heart that once sought protection now beats with divine confidence. You are a guardian in your own right, a protector of peace, a speaker of truth, a living flame that darkness cannot touch. So walk forward with unwavering faith. Walk like someone who knows the heavens move when they speak. Walk as one who has seen the edge of despair and turned it into a throne of light. Archangel Michael's mission over your life has been fulfilled. And now you take your place among those chosen to protect others. Your story does not end. It multiplies. The light within you will echo through generations. You will inspire, heal, and guide more than you can ever imagine. This was the reason you were chosen. This is the legacy the enemy tried to cancel but failed. And now, beloved child, heaven rejoices. The assignment is complete. The protection remains eternal. The purpose has begun. You are the miracle. You are the proof. You are the light.